Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I'm not wearing a mic today because I'm not sure where I put it. Also, we'll get started in earnest in just a second. I just need to pull up this video elsewhere. So I can see chat. I can see chat. And also, so I can put things in my Discord. Groovy. Groovy Town, Charlie Brown. Hello. Hi. I am a sleepy boy, but life is good. I figured on today's little live stream, we could work on this little snail. I just finished the shell this morning, and I am quite pleased with it. I might add a little bit of a shading isn't the right word, a transition between this top part of the shell and the side of the shell. It's really hard to do three-dimensional shapes like this, at least for me. It's very difficult for me. I can be honest. There we go. Add a little bit more light to the situation. Slightly different setup today. I have you on my desk because I need to sit. My back is not killing me, but it's not great. So if the table jiggles a little bit, I apologize, but we'll make it through. We'll make it through. So I'm about to start on the body of this little garden snail. This snail, this little baby, is meant for the Duathy Nice Bones Bolero Spencer jacket that I'm making right now. And I keep adding details. Like a fool. I keep adding details like a fool. I'm like, what if we added this, What if we just kept adding to this project? I have these two long-standing projects currently that I've decided to punish myself with detail on both of them. So I'm hoping to crack on quite a bit of that today. I'd like to finish both of these projects by the end of November. And we are at the end of October, so I'm giving myself approximately a month to finish those projects because I have an article to write that requires the use of my floor loom. So I need to make space both mentally and physically in my apartment to get that going. Pick that off. Let's do... Nope. Yeah, it's a good one. Ooh, that's a good stabby. So I'm holding 2 strands of stranded cotton together for all of this. I wanted a pretty fine shaded creature. And my normal technique of holding 4 strands together is just a little too chunky. A little too puffy. All right, so I'm going to start with an outline. The antenna I'm going to do using a, what is that called? It's like a squiggle stitch of some sort. I can't currently recall. So I'm just going to do a simple back stitch to outline the shape. Whew, fixed it. Okay. That felt like a close one. Also, I gotta say, this is not bad for a free-handed snail. I'm just gonna throw that out there. let's put in some grain lines real quick. So I think I'm gonna do buttonhole stitches along the, like, you know how on snails they have the little, like, they almost look like pseudopods, but they're not actually feet. But along that, like, rim, you can see that, like, extra flap of skin. That sounds really creepy as I say it, but I think doing buttonhole stitch along that edge will really give that definition that I'm looking for. But the rest of it, I'm just gonna basically do long and short stitch. And then once it's actually on the piece, I'll do the eyes, because it'll look weird if I try to put it on before I stitch it down. I guess I could, but it would get in the way as I stitch it down. I do kind of want to make a piece that's like basically a rectangle, I suppose, that would create a top of the shell. That way I can almost like stuff it and make it more three-dimensional on the piece. So I think I might do that. But we'll see. Where I'm tucking this in, it might also not make sense to make it more three-dimensional than it is, which is not very. In fact, I think I'm talking myself out of it. So, anywho's, let's continue. The long and short stitch. Mitchie! How are you, Mitchie? It's so good to see you. Feeling better? Good. I'm doing all right. I'm kind of low energy today. I taught 2 very full classes yesterday, which were wonderful. Good classes. But I am reminded that I am not an extrovert by nature. So I'm kind of just taking it easy today by doing some embroidery. Thanks. I free-handed it, and I'm actually pretty pleased. I think this part could be a little bit longer, maybe. The butt end of it. And this might be able to come out a little bit more. But it's not that bad, honestly. And that's me being nitpicky. Don't you dare. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm like, tail? Question mark? Yeah, I think it could come out to like... That looks about right. Yeah, that looks better. Ugh, I love snails. They're just silly little guys. You know? They're just being little goobers. Wreaking havoc in the garden. But you know, it's good. It keeps gardeners on their toes, right? No, and snails are also actually quite helpful detritivores in the ecosystem. One of the reasons why it's going on the Duathy jacket. Also because snails are cute and I wanted to embroider a snail. That's the other reason. Exactly. I mean, that's all I'm looking for in a person. Cute and helpful for the environment. Also, please holler at me if I ever wander too far off of frame. You'd think after 15 years of doing handwork on YouTube, I'd get better. Yeah, I got the notification this week that my channel is 15 years old. That's how long I've been doing stuff. God, 15 years ago, I was 21, still in college. Yeah, that's a very long time, Mitchie. Took a little bit of a hiatus in there. But I'm back, babies. I was one of the earliest. It was not that much of a bustling place then. Oh. Time for a new piece. Okay, I do need to do this next step off camera, and just because I gotta get close, because I can't see. A strand of my pale color. I'd call it a bone white. And this kind of taupey brown color. Whew. Those knots are so stressful. Oh my gosh, that was... God, what was the name of it? It was Mrs. Steffi and the Crafty Chick. Hmm. Man, I'm not even sure how I would figure that out. Because I have since forgotten. I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a long time. I know she got really busy with work. So, and I don't really stream on Twitch that much anymore. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Sorry for being another dead end. Yeah, she was doing a lot more Phasmo and like Trucking Simulator and what was the other one that people were doing for a while? Mine Evolved. Yeah, I believe it was Mine Evolved. I think the SMP was mine evolved. MINEEVOVLED. Wait. EVOLVED. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Brain. Evolved. 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 Yeah, I'm not sure if that's even really a thing anymore. Investigate. I also love trundles off. Ugh. Trundle is such a good word. Because it, like, in my opinion, trundling off, like, the word trundle sounds like what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to describe what trundling off sounds like, I would say the word trundle off. And that's what it feels like. Ugh, so cute. I know they're a nuisance, but they're so stinking cute when they look like this. I have a couple of aquatic snails in my fish tank, but they do not look like this. And I have 5 neocardinia shrimp, 2 red ones, 2 blue ones, and a yellow one. One of the red ones is definitely a female. And then I think I have a few males, but I can't tell because I think a couple of them are still technically juveniles. So after their first molt or their second molt or whatever it is, I'll be able to tell. How is your, I don't know if you're still around, but how is your SMP going? Or your server, at least. I don't know if you guys consider yourselves an SMP. Nice. What are you? The ends of my threads, okay. Causing havoc. Yeah. Let me know what you find out, please. I entertain myself. Well, hello there. The embroidery. Hi, Milo. I kind of could tell by your avatar, but I'm glad to get confirmation. How are you, Milo? Milo, I need to let you know, I've been playing Hades 2 so much, and I am in love with every character, pretty much. And I want to know them personally. Ooh, you're working on a job app for a position. Ooh, that's exciting. Well, good luck. Hope I can body double with you right here. Yeah, no, I'm like pretty far into the game right now. And let's just say there's a lot of eye candy to be had, and they know what they're doing. Okay, I need to what do snails look like? What even is a snail? Okay, so it is just round, and then I'll put the little dangly bits on later. Okay, just round. round. Here's the earth. Round. And other millennial phrases. Oh my god. They are definitely feeding the bisexuals. A snail's a slug with a caravan. Oh my god. So true. Hashtag van life. Yeah, there's lots of parts of Hades 2 that I'm like dying for Emmy to get to. They got to a couple of them on their last stream, and I was like, yes, Emmy. Witness the bisexual panic. Yes. Yes, you should and do, but also I understand if you need to focus on other things right now. But I'm just gonna throw it out here that you will be rewarded if you do pick up that game. Snails are just little guys. I love embroidering little guys. Can I just please only do that forever? Little frog friend and a cowboy hat. Ye hop. Ye hop. Do I need to make that into an actual embroidered patch? I do have an embroidery machine now. Oh, I'd have to design it. Frog in cowboy hat. Ye hop. Embroidered patch. Oh my god. My love of, maybe not affirmation cards, but tarot cards. Cards in general. My tarot deck is really beautiful, but it is not frogs in boots. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a very good friend of mine. Singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls, please do. I will never oppose a little guy in my Discord. Unless it's like a problematic little guy. But to be a true little guy, you cannot be problematic. Like the racist frog that, you know, 8chan or 4chan or whatever uses, not a little guy. Don't you do this to me. Don't you dare do this to me. I sure hope Emmy doesn't mind cat hair all over this garment. Because it is literally getting embroidered in. When I switch views in just a little bit, I'll have to show you the kitties because they are being so sweet right now. Oh, I love those little pathetic meows. I mean, that's pretty much just beans all the time. Okay, this was very much the right decision. Look at that. It's doing the thing. Embroidery is magic. Embroidery is fun. It allows me to wreak havoc under the moon and under the sun. Owie. You know how many times I've stabbed myself for this project? So many. So many times I have stabbed myself. It has drawn blood. It's the crafting tithe. Like every time I prick myself, it's like honoring the gods. Or some sort of BS like that. It's a sacrifice to the muses. Dun, 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 dun. We are the muses. Bum, bum, dun, 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 dun. Who put the gladiator? Hercules. If your favorite Disney movie when you were younger, or one of your favorites, was Hercules, turns out you're queer now. Sorry, I don't make the rules. It's just true. Do I want to be Meg, or do I want to be with Meg? Great question. I'm a damsel, but I'm not in distress. I can handle it. Love her. Love her. It's giving unbothered. It's giving independent woman. It's giving I might ruin your life later, but there's only one way to find out. What? Please give us a full review when you do, Mitchie. Yeah, Meg is probably my favorite. I mean, obviously Hades. Like, come on. That's the performance of a lifetime. Hades is bisexual panic. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, uh-oh. He's into the manic pixie dream girl, Persephone, and it's like, yes, so true. So true. Every bisexual boy goes through his manic pixie dream girl phase. Again, I don't make the rules. I've just lived them. So cute. You know, let's add one of the eye stalks now. Where are we gonna come up? Right there. How do I want to do this? I need it to come back down. Oh, I remember how to do it. Okay. I was confused about the order of operations. Oh, my little dumpling, yeah. My sweet little baby. I love him. Do I have any black seed beads? Ooh, I have light gray. Let's go with the light gray. Or medium gray. That might be green. I cannot tell until I get it out of the plastic. Okay, non-fabric scissors. Oh, this is the tiniest. The tiniest little bag of seed beads. Oh man, are we gonna... This seems like a bad idea. You know, instead of risking fate, what if we just cut the top off? And then I just need one of these. I don't think I need to do that. Huh? I just need one that will fit. All the way through? Nope. Do you? You do. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, so many colors. Okay, and then... Oy, oy, oy. Stress. Gonna do that so I don't actually knock it over. These ends go back through this needle. And we pull... Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna lock it down. And then I'm gonna make another one that's technically behind its head. So I guess we'll go here. And then panic! Panic! No, actually, the best thing to do in those situations is the opposite of panic. It's to go very slow and steady and gentle. Because panic is when you rip out more stitches, you make more mistakes. Isn't that a good life lesson? Like, hey, you don't need to rush into that right now. You can actually stop and breathe and make a decision that's calm and collected. I had wishful thinking that I can get that needle through the other needle. Nope. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do the mouth parts. Maybe, oh, maybe I should. I should do a mouth part. We'll do a single mouth part. You don't have a lot of thread left. So this one is going to be shorter anyway. It looks like it's looking up. Oh my god, hold on. Y'all, I'm like almost on the verge of tears. It's so cute. Ugh, oh my shit. I love him. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna quickly adjust us. Woo! Hello. I'm so close. I'm so close. Oh, my hair is so fluffy right now. Hello. Hi. Look at this baby. Look at him. It's gonna go on here. Um, also, hold on. Do you see Beans and Rowan? They're so cute. Um, okay, hi. Hello. Oh my god, hold on. Let's get this resembling something kind of managed. I'm gonna put the snail on here. So I haven't gotten much further on the fern. This one kind of took a back seat because I've been working on this. I've been working on the back. I've started adding flowers. I was doing needle lace flowers. Ooh. And petals, and they're okay. And I might take the 2 petals that I made and put them on here. But it was taking too much time for what I need on here. So I'm just doing some very simple lazy daisy flowers. Some buds up here. And I'm gonna place the snail, I think, right here. And I want to do a little bit of a snail trail on the back. So, I actually need to grab a marker. I'm using an alcohol marker because it stains, it works. I love this. Okay. There's my other markers. Hello. Something called Cool Shadow. And really what I want, let's see, I also have Cool Gray. I basically just want to make it look perpetually damp. I know that's kind of silly. So I don't need it like super dark. I just need it to take a little bit. Do I have a sample of this fabric that I can potentially ruin? I do. Also, I forgot that I put that in here. Also, hold on, y'all. Speaking of gothic fashion, if you saw on my Insta, I made this really cute, kind of romantic-y inspired top. Very, very cute. I still need to do the rolled hem on the sleeves and on the actual hem of the shirt. But I'm chuffed to bits. And I bet I could wear it backwards if I wanted to. But this is how it's meant to be worn. And it goes with, well, it doesn't go with it, but this piece is in the same collection. So if you think this is the main vibe of my Mischief collection, sharp pointy edges, soft romantic vibes. Club meets romantasy is the vibe. Okay. I have a sample of the fabric. Here's the cool gray. Kind of running out of juice. And then Cool Shadow is green. They're both wet. Okay, we'll let those dry. In the meantime, it's time to cut out our snail. Being careful not to cut off his eye stalks. Yeah, so actually, sorry, I was so close to the camera just now. Hello. What would you like to know about my inspiration? I've only designed like 5 outfits so far for the album. But I have theories about the album that are probably not right. The album is very, how do I say this? Cover your ears, young ones. It's very monster fucker. It just is. every single song, I'm like, this is a different love song or party song that is an ode to some sort of monster or creature. I so yeah, so I'm using some of that as inspiration. So Vanish Into You makes me think of a vampire love story, which is what that shirt is for, but I'm gonna make it in um, I'm making that shirt in this red satin. And I didn't want to cut into this satin because it's scary, and I only have this much, and I cannot get more. But this is plenty for the shirt. Like, I can pull this color off. Yeah? Do we agree? And it drapes so beautifully. Ugh. It's gorgeous. It's freaking gorgeous. So, this shirt in this fabric. Both are going to be featured in the collection because it's always good to have separates and basics. Okay. Enough about that. Enough of that riffraff. Oh, that is the wrong needle. Hold up. Oh, because I set it down right there. Oh, yes. Yes and no. So, like, Abracadabra, I've designed a suit that I'm calling the Rose suit. That was mostly inspired by the music video and the visuals of the music video. That suit is going to get a redesign because I've had some other ideas that I think fit the capsule collection better. But the woven vest that I just showed you, the kind of like the one that's behind that shirt, that one was directly inspired by disease. And I use a lot of the inspiration from the lyrics in that one. So there's a red cross that is right across the heart that I wove into that piece. And that's basically being a paramedic, right? That's where I'm taking the inspiration there. As far as like I can cure your disease, like I can be your doctor, like I can be your nurse, that kind of vibe. So that's where that one came from. Yeah, Vanish Into You is just straight up vampire, Lord Dracula. Like, I am so glad people got that. You know, I think I can just trim this. The embroidery is stable. Ooh, do I quickly do an iron-on backing? Yep. Listen, you gotta do it right or not at all. And this is a gift for my friend. Sorry, that was really loud. Sorry, headphones users. Okay. You can kind of see it. That's the cool gray, and that's the cool shadow. And the cool gray is a little bit more apparent, but I think I need it a little darker. I want it to look purposeful. But in the meantime, I can use this scrap. And yeah, abracadabra's an earworm, Milo. Okay. You didn't stick. You didn't stick. That's a little annoying. Yeah, Vanish Into You is one of my favorites. Perfect Celebrity is also one of my favorites, and that's one that I actually haven't finished designing yet because the piece I want to do is a little bit more artsy and not actually like part of a wardrobe. But I don't know. I think it could be really interesting. The song that's grown on me the most was Killa. Oh my god. Y'all. Oh, there's my fish tank right there. It currently only has shrimps and 2 snails in it. I'm taking the long road on that one. So I'm thinking here, so it kind of extends past the collar just a little bit. Bug! How are you, my friend? How are you holding up? Okay, I'm leaving some of this raw, but this is a little much. Yeah, there's a Mitchie in here somewhere too, Bug. I believe they're crafting in the mines. They yearn for the mines. You've reached silly stage, oof. Aha! I have summoned a Mitchie. Beans accidentally scratched me earlier as I was trying to get her out of a pickle. It dug right into my fingertip. The 3 binders are here. This is not a drill. I love that I got distracted by giving this a haircut. But I'm reaching that end point with this project. So the closer I can get it to the final stage, the better. And if I feel inspired to clean up this edge, then great. Oh, this is gonna be stunning when I get that all cleaned up. I think oh, have a good shopping trip. Mimo. Finding Mimo. Okay, what flavor of gray do I have? Hmm. Aww. Thank you, Bug. The feeling is mutual, I hope you know. Not a moment goes by where I don't think about how grateful I am that y'all are in my life. So I think the story I'm telling here is that the snail was like living under here and eating this leaf. And it's just crawled up here, it's meandering. Yes, en petite l'escargot. Maybe coming to munch on some moss. I'm gonna do a couple of those, oh, I can't remember the term for that, but the little standing up stitches that I did for his eye stalks. I'm gonna do that in here. And I'm also gonna do that for the blue mushrooms. But I need to make those as well. See, I'm still not done. Also, ooh, these bracket mushrooms or shelf mushrooms, I'm gonna remove these ones and do some embroidered ones. I'm just not happy with the crochet. I don't think it's doing what I want it to do. So I'm gonna switch this out for some embroidery. Inspired by Marion's World. If any of you watch her, she's a lovely UK textile artist. Well, artist in general. But she just did some shelf mushrooms that have inspired me to redo mine. Look how cute that is. I love him! Okay. What kind of wet-looking beads do I have? And then, what kind of casserole do we want to make them into? You know, a bead casserole. Those are my other buttons. Where I need to put those. I need to reorganize all of this. Everything is chaos. Don't need any of those. Shall we use the bon maman jar? Aha! I'm going to take a quick bio, but in the meantime, just stare at this cute little snail. I am back. Snail stream, snail stream. Okay. We're picking out snail trail colors. We have not. I'm going to leave that up to you, chat. Where did I put my craft scissors? Kind of need them now. I'll put them right here. Eddie, oh my god. Eddie escargot. Oh my god, that's cute. So I just put a bunch of different like whites and tans, or clears, I guess. Clears and clear adjacents. Yeah. All right, Eddie. We're putting you on this Spencer jacket, my friend. You can just imagine Eddie the Snail on top of Chauncey's head, living in the wreath that Duathy put on him. Flower crown. Little battle buddies. So I'm trying to just like seamlessly embroider this on. So I'm just using the pale color from the shell. I also used it in the body a little bit, but this is making it seamless. I might leave the head up a little bit so it can have a little bit more dimension. And it's backed in the same fabric as the actual coat or jacket. It's almost like I thought ahead. I didn't. But it's almost like I did. Well, technically, it would be on the left shoulder as it's on. So I think that's the demon, right? You have the angel on the right shoulder, demon on the left. I don't love working with this thread, but I do think that this is the right thread to work with. The things I do for my friends, no, it's worth it. Emmy absolutely deserves this. $100,000,000%. They have seen me at my best, and they have seen me at my worst, and they have continued to be my friend for over 21 years. Yep, you gotta cherish those kinds. You just gotta. see. Ooh, I do love a good storage organization day. Oh no, you have to move them? That's rough. Bubble Vaders are awesome. I've been letting this whole project be extremely intuitive, and this right here, let's give you a better view. This right here is why. This was an intuitive choice to put the beads to kind of show the rivulets of the slime trail, to also make it feel more couture. Like, yes, this is very natural, but I also want it to feel very wearable to any event. And who doesn't love a little sparkle? I know for a fact, Emmy loves a little sparkle. Also, I know I'm being very quiet right now. I'm just in the zone. Thanks, Bug. Me too. Like, is it kind of gross in the best kind of way? Yes. But this is the kind of stuff that I live to make. These nods to nature, but in high fashion. Being raw. Glorifying those seemingly little things. So we're turning this corner. Thank you, Bug. I'm like kind of feeling a little emotional about it right now. I was just stuck in my head. I'm really proud of this piece. And it's not out of ego or like pride, you know what I mean, but like out of a sense of wonder and accomplishment. I feel so like proud. And it's nice to be able to look at something and go, hell yeah, I made that. Thank you all. Thank you. I just feel like I've really, in the last year, been able to step into my own again, into my creativity and unabashed frivolity. Even while things, feel like they're burning down around. And almost in spite of that, where I want to be someone who puts beauty back into this world, and joy back into this world, and wonder back into this world. Because that's important. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel. Do I do the beads the whole way? I think yes. If it's just up here, I think that is a little weird. And I might actually outline with the beads as well. Just... because just as the, parenthesis shape or arc shapes, it's not quite right. Hell yeah. Cool. Well, hey y'all, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. So I'm actually gonna head out. Hello. Thank you for watching. This has been a lovely little crafting day. I will be posting updates on this over on my Instagram and in my YouTube stories. Shorts, that's what they're called. YouTube shorts. So yeah, keep track of this, and then the project over yonder that you can't quite see because it's behind a pole. That one is next to get worked on today. Not on stream. That one is partly a surprise. What I'm doing to it is a surprise. So, hell yeah. Happy 15 years to the channel, which is pretty cool and exciting. That's wild to me. I should do something for it. I should do an episode. I don't know. We'll talk about what I should do for a 15-year anniversary episode. And other than that, stay happy, stay healthy. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone, and I will see you in the next one. So long, farewell, goodbye.